Hey y'all, it's Donnie, owner of Vulva Factory, and welcome to Femme Preneur Diaries. Today I'm here with Hannah and Jade, and we're going to be talking about being a female entrepreneur, the highs, lows, everything in between. But before we get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors today, Bloom Booking and Falaya. Give it up to them. All right, so Hannah, just tell us a little bit more about your business, what you do, what you provide.
All right, so thank you for having me.
Welcome.
My name is Hannah. I am a makeup artist. The name of my business is A Prettier Tomorrow. I would say that professionally I've been doing makeup since 2022. I always kind of been into makeup in that realm, but I provide beauty services and then also cosmetics as well.
Okay, that's good. And just a quick tidbit, I do have Hannah's lip kit on my lips. Yeah. And we do have Miss Jade here today. She is going to be just providing us some feedback and just her input from a consumer standpoint. So everybody say hey to Jade.
Hey.
Alrighty, Hannah. So I know you said you've been doing makeup professionally since 2022. What did that journey of getting started and building your clientele look like?
So I kind of always been into makeup. I would say like middle school, high school. When I was in high school, I took a cosmetology class. Then after graduation, went to college, and then I was like, what I'm passionate about is really makeup. So I went back around to cosmetology school, finished, and then I graduated October 2022. And then I feel like through that journey, that's when I decided like what I truly wanted to do in the beauty world, which is makeup. So that's kind of like how I got started. Being a professional and stuff, I feel like it comes with the highs and the lows. Really just learning yourself and truly like what you really want to do and how you want it to look. So I feel like that comes with a lot of trial and error.
Definitely. I agree. With my business, Vulva Factory, definitely was a lot of trial and error. I had a soft launch, and then I'm like, I don't really care too much about how it's looking, how I'm operating. So I like completely started from scratch. We did the branding, the name, product list, everything. And now I'm back to like trying to add more stuff, change it, make it better. So it's definitely a lot of highs and lows. Would you say, like, just in your personal opinion, do you feel like female entrepreneurs get a lot of support from their other female counterparts, like with building your clientele, just promoting yourself on social media? Do you feel like you get a lot of support from other women?
I would say it depends. I feel like it just depends on the individual person. For me and my personal experience, I feel like definitely like people who are truly close to me, I got a lot of support from them. But I feel like your number one supporters, a clientele, or people who's going to utilize your services is going to be people that you don't know. It's going to be people who are interested in that. And it might not be like family members. It might not be friends. So I feel like it just depends on how you present yourself on social media, how you network with people, and just things like that.
Yeah, I agree. And Jade, just like I said, from a consumer standpoint, do you feel like it's easier for you to interact and engage with a female entrepreneur versus a male? Not to make it like battle of the sexes, but since we are talking about female entrepreneurs, do you feel like it is easier to engage with them and to show them support?
I do feel like that depends too. I feel like it's up to the person, like how their personality is and how they interact with their clients. I have had like when I booked a service with anyone, I had that communication with them, and they were easy to contact and stuff. Fortunately, you know, I haven't had a bad experience yet with anybody.
Yeah,
like,
you haven't got a hey boo text.
I got an imaginary knock on wood on that. So,
right.
But you know, like usually they're usually helpful to like answer any questions or accommodate, like if you based on time or flexibility, things like that. But I haven't really booked with a man, I would say, like rarely, but I feel like in this stance, I feel like it really just depends.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I have more experience with female entrepreneurs. I feel like my inner circle, it's like makeup artists, lash techs, nail techs. So that's like more of what I'm used to. But I do feel like male entrepreneurs, they're doing their thing too. But again, that's just what I have the most experience with. My next question is, like, you say you do makeup, right? What would you tell a beginner MUA, like, beginning their journey in the beauty industry?
That's a good question. I would say try to perfect your craft. Whether that's like going on YouTube, watching videos, practicing on yourself, practicing on your friends. I don't know if I can say that, but good dope sell itself. That's how I feel. So if you're really good at what you're doing, you might not even have to do too much, because people is gonna want to come to you or gravitate towards you because they're gonna want like that signature look. So I feel like really like figuring out your style of makeup, being the best that you can be in what you're doing. That's really the fundamental things that you need to know, like not comparing yourself to anyone else. I would say do that for sure. And then also like stay the course. Don't give up, because it's going to be highs and lows. Like it might be a time where people is coming to you. They might not come to you. It might be where like your style of makeup is kind of outdated and you need to learn new things, like take a class, watch a video. But I feel like stay the course, have that drive, and then like do anything you can to perfect your craft.
Yeah, so basically you telling the girls, be true to it, like ride the wave. Yeah, which I agree. I feel like that is some very solid advice, because with anything, practice makes perfect, consistency, perfecting your craft, not being afraid to elevate yourself, like learn new skills, whether that is like a new skill of makeup that's trending or a new skill with promoting yourself, marketing, learning how to edit better on your social media. So yeah. Let's see. Just to bring you back into the conversation, Jade, what is something that would draw you in to a service provider? Like, what is that? Like, you scrolling down her Instagram and you like, oh yeah, I'm finna book with her. Like, what is that one thing? Or multiple things?
Like on their website or like on social media?
Good point. Let's start off with the website, and then let's start off with their social media page, and then with the website, what is something that's gonna make you say, yeah, I'm still gonna book her, and something that's like, nah, I'm not booking with her?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like with a website particularly, like it's easy to navigate, because sometimes the way people set up their websites, it's hard to find like booking services or like when they're available, and it's just like too much, and then you just give up and be like, okay, this is too much work for me to even try to like get to them and stuff. I also feel like creativity, like when somebody is really passionate about their work and they really get into the creative side of marketing towards it,
definitely.
Or whether it's hair, makeup, and nails, I like variety. So like you're not limited to certain things, and I see you can do multiple styles and creations in your art, and that makes me more open to it, because I'm like, okay, I don't feel limited to like one thing you can do, you know, like we can collab on something creative, like, you know, or you're up for a challenge. You're not like, oh, I don't know
or you
about
don't have
this.
to switch providers for everything too.
Yeah.
Like oh, you can only do this certain service. I'm booked with this person. You go to that person. Yeah.
So I feel like that's really good when I see, especially like clientele they post, and it's just all different people. You know, it's you don't see the same person. They all look similar.
Yeah.
You know, so that really gravitates me. I like seeing that diversity in their work.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely. I'll have to agree with some of those. I know for me, what would draw me in is definitely, like you said, some diversity on their page. I would like to see, even if the clientele looks different, I would like to see the same expertise of makeup or hair on every client. Like, just because you have like this client, like how we always talk about, they have perfect skin, perfect brows, versus another woman who maybe struggle with acne, haven't got her brows groomed recently. I want to see you create not necessarily the same look, but have them both looking their best.
Yeah.
And with hair as well. And another thing, I like a service provider, which I know keeping your presence on social media could be hard, but I like to see you be active, because I don't want to see like, okay, the last post is from 2022. Like, are you still doing makeup? Like, are you still doing hair? So basically those two would draw me in, but something that would like make me be hesitant if I get on that booking site. Well, let me back up. If you don't have a booking site, I hate a DM to book, because it's like, no, I need to know what I'm working with. I need to know prices, availability, time, all that. But if I get on the booking site and you like yelling at me, or you have too many rules, then I'm like, girl, I'm good off that. What about you? What are some things you would like to share on that topic?
I feel the same way too. I feel like, because not only like being like a makeup artist, like I work in customer service, so I also deal with like booking people firsthand every single day. So it's kind of like like people who don't have like a phone number, don't call me, you have to do this and do that. I feel like you have to learn how to communicate and build a relationship with your clients, because it's about guest experience. I feel like social media, you having a presence on there, a welcoming booking site, and it's not necessarily about what you say, it's how you say it. Because you can scare people off, and if I'm 5 minutes late, a $50 fee, like things happen. I feel like you just have to be professional, and I think that's the problem with some people, that they decide not to book other people is because it's a lack of professionalism. But I feel like if you're like a newbie in that space, and that's not something that you already like keen to or know, I feel like that's another important skill to work on, because that really will keep people coming. Being pleasant, being nice, being kind. People remember you, like listening to conversations and holding conversations with people. You don't want to feel like, oh, I'm in and I'm out.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree. As well, since I'm not necessarily service based, I am product based, but I do have customer service in my role of being an owner, and I have customer service experience as like, 9-to-5 type jobs. I do feel like guest experience is definitely number one. Like, if your customer service is off, your professionalism is off, then people would definitely not want to. They might book with you one time, but you might not have like an influx of returning clients or customers. So that's definitely a tip that I would like to share with new entrepreneurs, is definitely make sure your customer service is A1. Well, just to close off, do you have like anything that you would like to share, like any more tips for beginners, or for people who are still practicing, they're not beginners, or just like anything else about your business, how we can find you on social media, like anything you would like to share?
Well, in closing, I would say like a quote, 100% of shots that you don't take, you'll always miss. So just take that risk. Like, you learn as you go. Like, everything is not going to be perfect. But like I said, stay the course, do your research, be the best you can be. You can reach me at Love Hannah E or at A Prettier Tomorrow. So, yeah.
Where can we find you, Jade?
You can find me on Instagram, TaurusMoon_.x. That's complex, but yeah.
And you guys can find me at Dontravia, DONTRAVIAA. And you can find Vulva Factory at Shop Vulva Factory. And again, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Bloom Booking and Falaya. Thank y'all.